This podcast is a work of historical interpretation. While we strive for accuracy, some aspects of history are open to interpretation and debate. Thank you for listening. Seriously, we gotta do that.
Okay, let me set the scene. It's late, you're tired, you're craving something warm, comforting, cheesy, and slightly greasy in the best way. And I don't mean me. Oh, you were yawning instead of laughing.
Yep.
You pull up to the drive-thru, squint at the glowing menu board, and there it is. The one, the only cheeseburger.
Oh, yeah. That sacred fusion of meat and dairy tucked into a golden bun like the holy grail of takeout.
Cheesy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Good. But hold up. Have you ever stopped mid-bite and wondered who invented this glorious creation? Why do we slap cheese on meat and call it a national treasure?
Let's get controversial right away. Is the cheeseburger even American, or did we just remix something old and slap a flag on it?
Today on Time Tellers, we're unwrapping the history of the cheeseburger. Where it started, why it mattered. Wow.
Oh, we're doing really well today.
And how it became a cultural battlefield of taste, identity, and global flavor wars.
Burgers, cheese, scandal. And of course, Erie, Pennsylvania.
Because what food history would be complete without a stop in Erie?
You're listening to Time Tellers, the podcast where the past is always served with a side of something weird. And not just Dan.
Told you weren't mean. Before we can crown the cheeseburger king of the grill, I wonder if it was propane. No, charcoal's better. We've got to rewind the patty just a little because first, there was the hamburger.
Cue dramatic thunderclap. No cheese, no pickles, just meat on a bun.
That's right. The hamburger's origin story is messier than a triple-decker with extra sauce. We're talking disputed claims, immigration patterns, and a dash of beefy myth-making.
So let's break it down. The hamburger gets its name not from ham, thankfully, but from Hamburg, Germany. In the 19th century, sailors and immigrants from Hamburg brought with them a dish called Hamburg steak. Minced or chopped beef, seasoned or often served raw, or lightly cooked.
Think steak tartare's rough cousin. Sometimes grilled, sometimes fried, often seasoned with onion and breadcrumbs. It was hearty, affordable, and easy to serve to working-class folks.
But the transformation from fork and knife steak to handheld street food happened in America because we like fast, simple, convenience foods.
Precisely. By the late 1800s, Hamburg steak was showing up in restaurants across the U.S., especially places with a lot of German immigrants like New York, Chicago, and Milwaukee.
And here's where it gets spicy. The bun. Who thought to ditch the plate and slap that sucker between two pieces of bread?
Many people claim they did. You've got Charlie Green from Wisconsin, who supposedly sold hamburgers at a county fair in 1885 after realizing people don't want to eat while standing up with a fork. I wonder if they were deep fried.
Probably.
Yeah, it was a fair.
So he smashed the meat between two slices of bread and voila. Portable protein.
Then there's Frank and Charles Menches from Ohio. Who also claim to have invented it at a fair, when they ran out of pork and switched to ground beef again in 1885.
These fairs were apparently ground zero for sandwich innovation. Who knew?
And let's not forget Louis Lasson, who in 1900 supposedly served the first official hamburger on a bun at Lewis's Lunch in New Haven, Connecticut. That place still exists and serves burgers on white toast with 0 condiments allowed.
They're purist. Cheese, don't even ask. Ketchup, get out of here.
The point is, the hamburger came first, and it came out of a mashup of German heritage, American practicality, and good old straight fare chaos.
But for years, it was just meat and bread. The idea of putting cheese on it, that was a game changer.
An edible innovation that sparked arguments, alliances, and arteries everywhere.
Next up, we find out who had the boldness, the gall, to slap a slice of dairy on beef and start a global obsession.
Don't touch that bun, we're just getting started.
Okay, so let's get to the real question. Who decided a hamburger needed cheese? Because that person deserves a monument, preferably edible.
We've got a few contenders, and surprise, they're all really sure they were first.
Of course. Isn't that just the American way? I totally did that first. Swear on my apron.
Let's start with Lionel Stemberger. According to the most widely cited story, he was a 16-year-old working at his dad's sandwich shop, the Right Spot in Pasadena, California, around 1924.
One day, he supposedly had a wild idea to toss a slice of American cheese onto a sizzling burger. Some say it was a customer's request. Others say Lionel was just being experimental.
Either way, the story goes the customer loved it. Other customers copied it, and the cheese hamburger became a regular item on the menu.
Eventually shortened, of course, to cheeseburger.
Yay!
Because Americans don't do syllables unless absolutely necessary.
True. Hamburger with cheese is 7 syllables. Cheeseburger, 3. Efficiency, baby.
But wait, Lionel isn't the only one claiming the cheesy throne.
Oh no, you've also got Kalen's Restaurant in Louisville, Kentucky, which added the cheeseburger to its menu in 1934 and trademarked the term cheeseburger.
Then there's the Humpty Dumpty Drive-In in Denver, Colorado. They claim they coined the word cheeseburger in 1935 and even got a trademark for it as well.
Though honestly, we don't think they were first, just the first to file paperwork.
Which is such a Denver move.
There's also an early reference to a 1928 menu from a Los Angeles joint called Odell's, listing a cheeseburger with tomato, lettuce, and cheese for 25 cents.
25 cents for a full cheeseburger with fixings? I'd like to go back in time and buy 10.
You'd also need to make about 15 cents an hour.
Oh, right. Time travel's expensive in weird ways.
The short version is this. Lionel Sternberger gets most of the glory, but like a lot of food inventions, the cheeseburger likely evolved in multiple places at once. It was the right idea at the right time.
Because Americans in the 1920s and 30s were looking for comfort food, and cheese is basically edible comfort.
Especially when it's melty. Never trust a cheeseburger with cold cheese. That's just a sad burger.
We'll be back after this break with the story of how the hamburger made its transatlantic journey from Hamburg to the highways of America.
And how it brought a little old world baggage with it, including the idea that food can tell a story of migration, identity, and mustard.
Always mustard.
So we've got Hamburg steak floating around Europe, and by the 1800s, German immigrants are arriving in droves to the United States, many of them through Ellis Island and New York Harbor.
And they're bringing their traditions, their language, their beer, and yes, their beef.
Now, in Germany, Hamburg steak was a finer dish, chopped, not ground, often served raw or lightly cooked, and usually eaten with a knife and fork.
But in America, we Americaned it. Americanized it?
No, we
Americaned it. We ground it, we fried it, we slapped it on a plate and handed it to factory workers on their lunch breaks.
Welcome to industrial food culture. Affordable, fast, and eventually portable.
In this era of diners, lunch wagons, and early food stands, especially in port cities like New York, Baltimore, and Boston.
Also, fairgrounds. Don't underestimate the power of a good county fair to reshape the food pyramid.
As the hamburger evolved into a bun-bound street food, it became what food historians called democratic cuisine. Everyone could eat it. Everyone wanted to eat it.
And that portability changed the game. No more utensils, no more table service, just one hand on the burger and one hand on the wheel of your Ford Model T.
The cheeseburger would come later, but the groundwork was being laid, literally on diner counters across the country.
But the 1920s, we had a full-blown hamburger boom. White Castle opened in 1921 in Wichita, Kansas, standardizing burgers with square patties and little buns.
They even built their restaurants to look like little white castles, trying to make people feel like their food was clean and safe in the wake of The Jungle by Upton Sinclair.
I had to get a book reference for you.
Thank you. I've read that.
Are you going to explain?
It talks about the food industry, like not the food industry, but like the slaughterhouse side of it. And in the conditions that people were working in and sanitary or not? And the answer would be not.
Why not?
Well, because of his book and other studies and whatnot, a lot of that changed by law. So.
Which, by the way, is not about the jungle. It's about meatpacking. Thank you, Renee, for explaining this. But you missed this part. It ruined sausages for a generation.
Yeah, thanks, Upton. But while White Castle made burgers feel modern and trustworthy, and more importantly, they made them fast.
And when you make something fast, cheap, and tasty, people start lining up.
The hamburger was here to stay, but the cheeseburger, still lurking in the culinary shadows like the cheese-loving phantom it was.
Until innovation struck, and that innovation was sticky, melty, and yellow-orange.
Coming up next, the fast food explosion, and why the cheeseburger became the icon of modern America, even if its roots were planted halfway across the globe.
And yes, there will be a side of fries.
Woohoo! All right, buckle up. It's time to supersize this story.
I wish I could still get supersized stuff. Stupid Supersize Me movie made it so I couldn't get supersized fries or drinks anymore.
Oh dear.
I blame Morgan Spurlock.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, because the post-World War II era, that's when the cheeseburger stops being a treat and becomes a lifestyle.
Enter the golden age of fast food. Highways are expanding, suburbs are booming, and Americans are spending more time in their cars than ever before.
And what goes better with a long drive and a chrome bumper than a bag of cheeseburgers?
With fries. Always fries.
Enter McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, In-N-Out, A&W, Sonic, Hardee's, Carl Jr., and dozens of local chains exploding across the map.
McDonald's starts as a barbecue stand in the 40s, but when the McDonald brothers streamlined their menu to burger, fries, and shakes, and then Ray Kroc franchised it, boom, game over.
The speedy service system changed everything. Assembly line burgers, uniform sizes, predictable taste.
And what's that number one seller? The cheeseburger. It was the fast food version of America. Efficient, salty, melty, and deeply comforting.
Burger King jumps in with the Whopper in 1957, Wendy's joins in 1969. The cheeseburger becomes not just a meal, but a brand, a marketing tool, a statement.
We're talking mascots, jingles, drive-thrus. Who needs dinner reservations when you can grab a burger in 60 seconds and be halfway to Footloose by the time you're done? Now we can do the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon game. Footloose.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to meet him in a couple weeks.
Anyways.
We've already discussed that.
No.
And I told you, go if you want.
Where are they playing?
Mercyhurst.
Oh, yeah, they are coming to Mercyhurst. Well, I couldn't remember if it was Mercyhurst or Warner.
By the 1980s, cheeseburgers are starring in TV commercials. Ronald McDonald becomes a global icon. Happy Meals indoctrinate a generation with toys and tiny patties.
And fast food companies start competing for cheese. Extra cheese, double cheese, melted cheese, even weird cheese. Remember cheddar sauce? That orange goop?
That's not real cheddar, but it is real nostalgia.
And let's not forget the double cheeseburger, the bacon cheeseburger, the quarter pounder with cheese, which, thanks to Pulp Fiction, became globally infamous.
A Royale with cheese, because of the metric system.
Iconic line. Also, now I want one. No.
You've never seen Pulp Fiction?
Yes, I've seen Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
I was just talking,
You don't want a Royale with cheese?
I don't want a quarter pounder with, no. Yeah. None of it.
Fast food locked in the cheeseburger's place in our culture. It wasn't just lunch anymore. It was comfort food, status symbol, and patriotic snack rolled into one.
But of course, when something gets that big, it doesn't stay simple for long.
Coming up next, the cheeseburger goes gourmet, goes viral, and sometimes goes way too far.
Like gold leaf burgers, truffle burgers, donut burgers. What are we even doing?
We're doing capitalism, Renee. We're doing capitalism.
Oh, goody.
So we've conquered the fast food frontier. But what happens when chefs look at a cheeseburger and say, I bet I can make this cost $200?
Cue evil laughter.
That wasn't evil, that was pathetic. Hopefully you have a better evil laugh for acting than that.
One finger salute. Because, yeah, the cheeseburger went gourmet.
By the late 90s and early 2000s, upscale restaurants started playing with the idea that even low food could be elevated. The cheeseburger became the canvas for culinary flexing.
And suddenly, we've got the brioche buns, truffle aioli.
Aioli.
I was like, what is that word? Truffle aioli, grass-fed Wagyu beef, and, of course, cheese you can't pronounce.
Yes, I'd like the St. Andre triple cream cow's milk cheese on my 45-day dry-aged short-rib brisket blend burger. Hold the humility.
And don't forget the edible gold flakes, because your taste buds aren't impressed until your burger has bling.
One of the most notorious examples, the Glam Burger, served in London. Kobe Wagyu beef, black truffle brie, Iranian saffron poached lobster, beluga caviar, Himalayan salt, and a gold leaf bun. Price tag, £1,100.
That's over $1,400 in American dollars for one burger. That better come with a side of stock options.
In the U.S., you've got places like Serendipity 3 in New York offering the Lay Burger Extravagant, which goes for $295. Guinness World Record certified.
And certifiably insane.
Yes.
And yes, the cheese is truffle infused and the toothpick is solid gold. Because why not?
But even outside the billionaire bracket, we saw cheeseburger creativity explode. Blue cheese, goat cheese, smoked Gouda, Gruyere, pimento, vegan cheese, ghost pepper jack.
And then there's the bun revolution. Pretzel buns, ramen buns, croissants, bagels, donuts.
You heard that right. The Luther Burger, a bacon cheeseburger served on a glazed donut instead of a bun.
Shout out to anyone still alive after eating that one.
This is where food meets branding. Gourmet cheeseburgers let restaurants reinvent nostalgia as luxury. You're not just eating a burger, you're participating in a trend.
And paying $18.95 for that privilege.
But even at its fanciest, the cheeseburger still hits the same notes. Savory, juicy, melty, comforting.
It's high-low food at its finest, equally at home on a silver platter or on a paper wrapper.
Coming up next, cheeseburger mutations, stuffed patties, triple stacks, secret sauces, and local legends, including one from Erie, PA.
Because the best cheeseburgers aren't always fancy, sometimes they're covered in Greek sauce and served out of a shack. All right, folks. We're about to take a sharp turn off the National Highway and pull up in a place that doesn't do just burgers. It does them differently.
Welcome to Erie, Pennsylvania. Hi, from Erie.
Hi.
Home of Greek sauce burgers, a hyper-regional treasure that most of the country doesn't even know exists.
And before you ask, no, it's not tzatziki. And no, it's not like Euro meat slapped on a burger. This is entirely something of its own.
Greek sauce in Erie is a meat-based topping, spiced, finely ground, and slow-simmered into a rich, savory mess. Think chili, but thinner, spicier, earthier. Like if a Greek grandma made a bolognese in a diner kitchen.
And it goes on the cheeseburger. Not under, not beside, not politely suggested. It is slathered.
And the best part, it's mostly found at tiny nostalgic cash-only places like New York Lunch and the Lord's Park Diner.
Although they are not cash only. And you can order the food online and walk over and pick it up. I do that occasionally because my building's so close.
You mean it's right there?
That way, but I'm talking about the school.
Oh,
it's right across the street.
I'm talking about New York Lunch.
Yeah, I know. It's right across from New York Lunch. My school. You walk in, you sit at the counter, and you order a Greek burger with everything. That usually means a cheeseburger with Greek sauce, onions, mustard, maybe some pickles, and a whole lot of napkins.
It's greasy, it's glorious, it's deeply specific, and it tells a story most people miss. The legacy of Greek immigrants in the Rust Belt dinner scene.
That's
diner scene.
These were families who came to America, started restaurants, and found a way to blend their own flavors into all-American food. No fusion, infiltration. Quite delicious infiltration.
Greek sauce isn't just food. It's identity, economy, adaptation. These weren't five-star chefs. These were families trying to feed locals fast and well with what they had.
And you can still taste that history in every bite. It's warm, spiced, a little sloppy, but oh man, it sticks with you.
Like the best parts of Erie, slightly rusted, definitely real, and still holding on to tradition like a grill that's never been washed on purpose.
If you ever come to Erie, skip the chains, go local. Ask for a Greek burger. Sit at the counter, listen to the regulars. You'll learn something even before your food comes.
And once it does, don't wear a white shirt.
Coming up next, the cheeseburger's existential crisis. Is it really American? Or is it a stolen collage of old world ideas with a craft single on top?
Time to talk immigration, identity, and cheese-related nationalism.
Absolutely. Now let's unwrap the cultural baggage. Okay, Dan, let's ask the hard questions. Is the cheeseburger even American? Or are we just stealing ideas again?
Oh, big bite. But yeah, let's chew on that. Because if you break the cheeseburger down, it's basically a remix of global ingredients.
Beef, brought over with cattle from Europe. Cheese, ancient. The Greeks and Romans were melting cheese long before Wisconsin ever did. Bread, we didn't invent buns. Even ketchup has Chinese origins via Indonesia kicap, which was a fermented fish sauce.
And yet we wrapped it all in a sesame seed bun, served it in a paper sleeve, and declared it a red-blooded American icon.
That's kind of our thing, though, taking pieces from everywhere, remixing them, and calling it uniquely ours.
Which isn't always bad, but it does mean we should stop acting like the cheeseburger fell from the sky in a bald eagle's talon.
Or was cooked by George Washington on a cast iron griddle forged by liberty itself.
There's a reason burgers feel American. It's not the ingredients, it's the experience. Eating with your friends, customizing it however you want, driving through at 2 a.m., feeding a family of 4 for $10. Well,
yeah, not so much anymore. They represent freedom and excess and efficiency and grease, all the major American food groups.
And don't forget nationalism. American cheese isn't even real cheese in some countries. It's a processed product, but we made it iconic.
What's more American than branding something that's technically fake and making people love it
Told you this was good. But here's the twist. The cheeseburger is American because America is a layered, complicated mashup. It's German roots, Greek sauce, immigrant diners, golden arches, and TikTok food hacks all stacked together.
It's our edible metaphor, melting pot on a bun.
So is it ours? Maybe, but we didn't invent it from scratch. We assembled it like IKEA, but tastier and with fewer missing screws, usually.
And IKEA is not American. But next up, we travel the world to see how other countries are putting their spin on our American cheeseburger, sometimes doing it better.
Plus, what happens when American food becomes globalized and the cheeseburger becomes Europe on a bun? So let's talk about the full circle moment. The cheeseburger, born from European roots, transformed in America and now exported right back to Europe.
It's like sending someone their own sweater back as a birthday gift with glitter and bacon on it.
While across Europe, American-style burgers are huge. In Paris, serving burgers on artisan brioche, Bergament in Berlin, mixing streetwear and smash patties, and Honest Burgers in London, doing rosemary fries and locally sourced cheddar.
But they're not just copying, they're remixing. European chefs are leaning into regional cheeses, Brie, Roquefort, Gouda, and pairing them with wild toppings like pickled beets, caramelized pear, and even herring.
Many different herrings. And it's not just a trend, it's cultural dialogue. How food evolves when it crosses oceans and borders.
But of course, that raises the question. Is this appreciation of American comfort food or just another form of culinary appropriation going in reverse?
It's complicated. American fast food was a global export by design. We branded burgers as freedom and flavor. So when other countries put their spin on it, maybe that's not theft, maybe it's the point.
Food isn't static. It travels, it adapts, and yeah, it sometimes melts into something entirely new.
Europe put the ham in hamburger. Maybe it's only fair they put the camembert in cheeseburger.
Coming up next, we'll wrap it all in foil and tie it with a greasy bow.
So where does that leave us? After 100 years of beef, buns, and melted cheese, what does the cheeseburger mean today?
It means a lot. It means hangovers and first dates, nostalgia and indulgence. It's road trips, backyard grills, late night cravings, and yes, arguments over toppings.
Mustard's evil, says Mayo.
I love mayo.
You would. It's also a symbol of Americana, of capitalism, of creativity, of everything we get right and everything we overdo.
It's been elevated to luxury, shoved into vending machines, turned vegan, deep fried, smashed, stuffed, and Instagrammed. But at its core, it's still the same comforting formula.
Meat, cheese, bread, heat. Simplicity meets satisfaction.
And it keeps evolving. Every generation brings new toppings, new techniques, new twist. The cheeseburger isn't frozen in time, it's alive.
Which, weirdly, might be the most American thing about it. It changes, it adapts, it expands. Sometimes for better, sometimes for worse, but it keeps going.
And whether you like it with Greek sauce in Erie, foie gras in Paris, jalapenos in Texas, or plant-based patties in Brooklyn, the cheeseburger still connects us, even if we disagree on the condiments.
Ketchup is better.
Mayo for life.
This has been Time Tellers, where history gets grilled to perfection and served with a side of trivia.
We'll see you next time. Until then, stay curious, stay cheesy, and always toast the bun.
Unless you're a monster.
Bye! We did it! We did it! We did it! Now I really look like Dora the Explorer. Bye! Oh my gosh. Okay.